Hello and welcome to the 2026 Lexington, Mass Patriots Day Parade. We're so excited to have you with us today. Looks like we're going to have a beautiful day today.
Yes, the
I'm
sun
so
is out.
excited. The sun is breaking through. I wasn't expecting that, so that's just a little plus for us. I'm joined once again by Justine Wirtanen, my co-host from last year, and why don't you introduce our new co-host?
Absolutely. I'm Justine Wirtanen, Lexington community member. Currently, I'm the sales manager of the William Ravis Real Estate offices in Lexington and Concord. And I am so proud to have my colleague here today, Maya Sawyer. Maya, let's hear about you and your Lexington roots.
Thank you so much, Justine. And I just wanted to start with I'm so grateful to be here with Justine, who I've worked with in the real estate industry for over 10 years, and Jim, who I got to work with at the Lexington Chamber. I really appreciate them both. I graduated LHS here in 2004, and I have a daughter in the school, so it's so special to see this event through the eyes of as a mother.
Well, we're so delighted to have you. You were ready. When we presented you the offer, you jumped right on it, and I love that, the enthusiasm, because this year we're missing our co-host from last year, who had to be in Vermont because her daughter's graduating from college.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
Yes,
with Martha Savini.
Martha Savini, who was another Lexington native.
Yes.
And she's been with us, and will be back with us again. So let's give her a little shout out.
Yes.
Martha, we wish you were here with us. We congratulate your daughter, and we hope I hope you and Tom are having a great time in Vermont. We also have to say hello to brother Chuck. My brother Chuck is on the street again. I like to say, Chuck always ends up on the street. It's just, but he does it in a good way. I don't know if Chuck is standing by. Can you say a quick hello? I'll take it. Right. Well, don't forget, you got to get Senator Markey, some other folks, and then the potentate. Remember the potentate. I just have to say, anecdotally, the year that Martha was out there, and we kept talking, she thought I was joking with her. The name of the leader of the Shriners is a potentate, and she thought I was kidding with her. And she's out on the street asking, "Is there a potentate out here?" And she found him. And she found him. So that's great. So we're in a good place this year. We're up for we're going to have a great parade. Year, we're up to about 120 something units
almost
in
130
yeah
30 floats coming down. Participants.
Units, not floats, but we have a lot of floats too. But yeah, the units, and they represent just about every walk of life here in Lexington. And then we've got a lot of friends from outside of Lexington that come year after year. I know we'll have some horses. Clydesdales will be with us this year. Lots of bands, floats. I know they're doing the judging now, so. I know Wagon Wheel is one that always sends a float. I think Wilson Farm does, and Mahoney's in Winchester. But so we're in for a treat.
Can I announce something special too?
Of course.
One, I want to thank LexMedia for having us here today and putting on this beautiful production. It is the first year as our new executive director, Terry Samaras. So, Terry, you're going to do fabulous today, and we appreciate your leadership.
They are so fantastic. Rick, Terry, everyone on that team, so welcoming. We had a wonderful dress rehearsal to make me a little less nervous for today.
Right. Well, and we should also point out Rick Dorrington, who's a longtime LexMedia staffer, is now he's actually directing today's program. And I would start, but I would leave somebody else. We have so many people from LexMedia here working cameras. We've got cameras on, up in the sky, sort of on lifts looking down the avenue. We've got so many cameras. We've got Chuck is untethered. He's actually wireless, which is I'm a little worried because at least he was stationary before. Now he can just go anywhere. And with Chuck, that's an open invitation for disaster. So it'll be fun though. But we'll have fun with him. But we've got such a great staff, and we've got a whole bunch of our interns with us today too. So we're excited about that. I think we've got the Lexington Youth Commission coming down
Yes, I think
we
so.
love them, Justine, don't we?
We do. So the Lexington Youth Commission is high school volunteers and run by Deborah Hankins, and we are so thrilled. They do a lot in the community. I know last year they did thousands of hours to help with the 250th anniversary. They help us with our holiday lighting.
Yes, Justine and I.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Chuck was a youth commission member. Devin,
Oh,
my
good
son
for
Devin.
you. Devin,
Devin,
you probably dressed up for Christmas for us then for holiday lighting.
Devin was vice chair of the youth commission with back in the day with wow, you just gave away your age, Chuck.
And there's Deborah Hankins.
Yeah.
She is just so fantastic. She
Yeah.
helps lead those kids.
Oh, she's been doing a great job for many
Asked by Jim, remind me their names. The police dogs, Maisie
Oh.
and
Maisie and Watson.
Yes. Watson. Yeah. If you got
The
it.
yellow and black labs, so cute.
Yep.
Justine, are you going to talk about your dog today?
No. Little Maggie's at home. She's not here today.
So, but I forgot to mention. I always assume, I always forget to say to sort of introduce myself, and I should let people at home know I'm the publisher of the Lexington Times, along with my wife Laurie Atwater, who is the editor.
Lovely woman.
Celebrating our 31st year publishing in Lexington. We're excited about it. Of course, I'm a lifelong Lexington resident, and I'm just so pleased and proud to be the chairman of the board of LexMedia here too. I love working with these people. They do so much with so little. It's miraculous what they're able to accomplish, all the way through COVID and all the challenges. They face challenges and they take them on and they get it right every time. So, I just want to say how proud I am of this team. So
Can I just say I love getting that paper once a month. It makes me feel so happy.
Well, thank you.
It really does.
Thank you. Well, we try to capture what goes on in the community. It's there's a little bit of news in there, but it's mostly about celebrating the community.
Absolutely.
For us, it's about bringing the community together, much like LexMedia.
And Jim is the true historian. Sorry to interrupt you here. If you want any history on Lexington, Jim has photographs.
Can I also throw some love Jim's way?
Yeah.
Jim also was the 2022 recipient of the Tricorn Hat Award.
Well,
which
thank you for mentioning.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Jim.
Yeah,
That you're
that was a proud moment.
well-deserved and
well, thank you very much. Yeah,
You're
it was quite a surprise, and my brother Chuck actually nominated me. So, but you know what? It's just one thing that happens. That doesn't mean you're done doing your work, right?
That's right.
We have the dancers from Dance In coming down. It looks like on the avenue. I don't know if our camera's going to hit it soon, but.
Yep, there they are.
Thelma Goldberg has been doing this for nearly 40 years, I want to say.
44.
44 now. Oh my word! But you'll see Thelma's walking onto the side next to the. Well, it's girls and guys. It's not just young girls. And by the way, it's young kids, and they have adult programs too.
Yes, they do.
They're spectacular, and I love Thelma so much, and I love what these girls do. Look at the confidence they build, and they really teach these young kids strength and character.
And fun fact, our guest from last year, Martha Savini, she's actually at her daughter Grace Savini's dance. Grace Savini was a Dance In alumni.
She was a legacy dancer.
She was a legacy dancer. So the Dance In is
literally thousands of lives, Thelma and the Dance In, and her other instructors. It's not just Thelma alone. She's got other instructors and other people that work with her. But they have touched the lives of generations of girls who have just grown to be wonderful young women. In fact, I've met some women whose children are in the program now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
True legacy.
Yeah. So I guess now that we've seen our friends from the Dance In, we have a Lex250 video that's sort of summarizes what went on last year, because last year was really the celebration here in Lexington. When the semi-quincentennial, I can't believe I said that without screwing it up.
You did great.
The semi-quincentennial So I don't know if we have time for it or.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't we go? Can we throw to that 2-minute video? Do you think this time, Terry? Okay. Let's try. This is a sort of recap of Lex250 in 2025.
And from their collective action in defense of freedom and equality, American democracy was born in their trembling hands 250 years ago. And it lives in ours today. So let us be worthy of this inheritance and ensure that our descendants will one day gather on this site and thank God that American democracy can, in fact, long and endure. Thank you.
People want to see the video. Of last year. We'll have some other video cut-ins from throughout the parade. A little bit of what happened last night, and early this morning we had some spectacular events taking place. But the parade is getting here. What I think is a little bit early. I thought we would have a little bit more time to share some of these videos, so we'll have to squeeze them in. And so we're looking at right now it's a Lexington police cruiser leading the parade, and behind them is the Lexington Color Guard. That's what we're looking at right now.
So I think we have Police Chief Mike McLean leading us off here.
Right.
And
Thanks
then the Lexington Police Honor Guard.
Yep. Performing at funerals and sporting events.
Right. So the Honor Guard, they're present at lots of town events, school events, sporting events, officer promotional ceremonies, Discovery Day, the police department open house. So they've traveled down to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and they're omnipresent. All right, Chuck, we're going to go out to Brother Chuck. Chuck Shaw's on the street. He's with Cleve Coates.
Last year was a big year. This year, no different.
No different whatsoever. Just to be safe. A lot of the resources that we had here last year are back here in Lexington again. That's why we wanted to have it on this day here, because we didn't want to conflict with the marathon. Those security operations that we have at the marathon, which I've been involved with probably over 30 years, we've decided to bring those to Lexington. Last year it was Lexington Concord, National Park Service in Arlington. We split it up between, we have the response teams just in case. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, they got more coming down. So listen, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to see you. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Cleve. Thank you.
What we're looking at behind Cleve, what we have here is the Spirit of 76. The Spirit of 76 is the traditional opening of the parade, the fife, the drum, and the presentation of the flag. And I think behind them, we're looking at William Dawes and let's see.
Beautiful horses.
Yep, we have. I'm trying to think of William Dawes and the other rider.
Jim, we celebrated our 250th last year.
Yes, we did.
But this year on 4th of July is when the country will celebrate the 250th.
Right. Well, for us, the first battle of the American Revolution that took place here in Lexington on our green sort of signified the birthplace of American liberty. So it happened here, and then of course the nation celebrates the Declaration of Independence as sort of the national day of celebration for our independence. So we do it a little early because it's special to us here in Lexington, in Massachusetts, Lexington, Concord, Bunker Hill, but the nation observes it as a celebration of independence. So it's almost a 2-year celebration.
I know.
Yeah.
I think it's another reason that everyone here in the Lexington community, it's so special. We get to really understand and have more education about what went on and time to absorb this beautiful celebration.
And it is really amazing how many people are dedicated to this reenactment and to preserving the history, bringing in tourism into town.
Yep, and we have the Lexington Minutemen coming up. Speaking of the Lexington Minutemen, all of these folks, they are reenactors. They are not actors. They portray individual people, and they take the time to study who it is they portray. So they take their role extremely seriously. And this year, Steve Cole, I think this is his last year as captain commanding. We just had a spectacular event. You were there.
Oh my goodness, the Minuteman Gala, that was unbelievable. Ignite the Night. There were some really big donations made that night. There were some special guests. Pat the Patriot was there. I think he's here today too.
Oh, there he is, Meyer. He's out on he's just gone down.
Yeah.
And did you know he portrays the original logo of the Patriots?
Oh, really?
Yes.
I did not know that. I did not know that. But these folks work so hard all year round. They travel all over the place. They've done inaugural parades. They were at last year. They helped the reenactment up in Gloucester. They've worked with a lot of other reenacting organizations to help celebrate this big time as we celebrate 250 years.
And the Minutemen. Now, LexMedia, they cover many events in town. Executive Director Terry Samaras last year, as they were preparing for the 250th, these guys train hard and show up for so many events in town. There's a lot of videos also on the LexMedia website if you want to go check them out.
I've got a little shout out to Matt Thienan, who is driving the truck, pulling some members of the Lexington Minuteman Company. And we want to thank Levine Orthodontics. They're one of the business sponsors of this section of the parade. This is the old guard. These are the folks this is an important organization. They're actually attached to the White House. And they perform for dignitaries, visiting heads of state at the White House. And they also are present for funerals and for fallen soldiers and folks that are being buried at Arlington National Cemetery.
They're the official escort to the president.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now, of course, we have the Lexington Minuteman Marching Band.
I love some live music.
Here we have local dignitaries We have the Grand Marshal. I'm not sure, where is the Grand Marshal?
Well, I see Doug Lucente.
Well,
Yep, I'm going to
see-
grab the dignitaries because I want to interview Doug.
Yeah, but we have local dignitaries.
Tell
but
me when.
But we want to introduce the Grand Marshal, Leslie and Colin Masson.
Perfect. Here we are out on the street again. We have our state rep, Michelle Socolo. She's with us once again. Are we ready? All right, we have Senator Sidney Freeman. We have our state rep, Michelle Socolo, and our select board, all here once again. Mr. Lucente is got to be, how many years is this for you?
170, no.
170?
In the select board, 9.
9 years on the select board. Doug has been such a big part of this town from his family, his dad, right on down. I mean, we got a lot of family history with these.
Just like the Shaws.
With the Lucentes. What a great day, isn't it? It's a beautiful day. And we have the school committee here as well.
State Senator Mike Barrett.
Oh, Mike Barrett. That's Mike. I didn't recognize you. How are you? And we have Rep. Ken Gordon. Ken, welcome to Lexington. I'm going to let you carry on down the Ave.
Chuck, get
Thank you.
Get
Welcome.
the pin from Doug. Yeah, no, we've got a great delegation. Ken Gordon, Chuck mentioned, is the chair of the Education Committee in the House of Representatives, and he represents one precinct in Lexington. Of course, Senator Mike Barrett, the Lexington resident. Mike's been a longtime friend of mine. I've known Mike since he ran for governor in
he did?
1994. He walked the entire state from Boston to Pittsfield, right across the state.
That's incredible.
Yeah. He takes his role quite seriously. Yeah, and he's a good senator. Cindy as well, and of course Michelle Socolo.
Can I make a shout out for Michelle Socolo?
Sure.
I had a deal in land court, and it was sitting forever, and then Michelle called Michelle Socolo, and she got it to the top of the pile. That woman really.
Oh, really?
She is responsive. It's incredible.
Oh, she is. She's been a tremendous state representative. Big shoes to fill there too. I mean, don't forget Jay Kaufman had been there for a long time, and he was a spectacular state representative. Served us well, and of course, Michelle's done a wonderful job since. Looks like we have a little bit of a lull in the parade, so I'm not sure what happened to our Grand Marshal. I guess they're coming up, so.
We could congratulate them. They might come by with a flood of other bands, and we may not be able to.
I think
talk
we have
about
a special guest here
here
today.
we
We
are.
have a special guest.
I have my mini Maya here today, and she's going to answer just a few questions for us. Let's see how much she knows about the Patriots Day Parade.
Mini Maya.
Mini Maya, why are we celebrating Patriots Day?
Freedom.
Yes, correct. Liberty. Freedom is not free. What is your favorite part of the Patriots Day Parade?
The pancake breakfast.
Yes. You know what? Shout out to Troop 160. They do a great job at St. Bridget with the pancake breakfast.
They do.
All right, Autumn. Which city is prettier, London or Boston?
Boston.
Correct answer.
Good answer.
All right. And what did Paul Revere say when he was riding into
The
Lexington?
British are coming. The British
Can
are
I
coming.
just say one thing? Back then, here's a little history lesson. Back then, what they said was the regulars were coming because everybody was a British citizen then, so they didn't know the difference. We didn't have, America had not yet been born. It was born that day, actually, with the first battle of the American Revolution. So he said the regulars were coming. So there's a little bit of history for you.
Yeah.
But that was a very, very good answer, though.
I think you'll be able to answer the next question then. Did we call them the regulars or the weirdos?
Regulars.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right. And let's see. I think I have one more question for you. What time was the famous shot heard around the world? A, 5 a.m., B, 6 a.m., C, 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Oh, 5 a.m. And the USS Constitution, is that docked in Charlestown or Cambridge?
Cambridge.
Charlestown. But you did great today.
Thank
Good
you.
job. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll get you an ice cream later.
Okay.
All
Mini
right.
Maya, thank you so
Bye.
much. We love having you.
Thank you.
So I know we're about ready to look. I think it's the 10th Regiment of Foot that's coming down now. So this is actually the 1st Regiment of Foot. They have several regiments. The one that was run by Major Pitcairn was here this morning.
Yes, and this one, they are the Majesty King George III's 1st Regiment.
And someone's got to be the villain, right?
Absolutely.
They strive to portray the unit faithfully and historically while educating the public about our shared history.
And they all do, again, the folks who portray the British here, they are as committed to portraying as the Minutemen are. And, you know, all of these uniforms that you're looking at are all handmade. It's amazing the commitment they put into this.
Jim, do you know what else they called them other than the regulars?
Lobster
backs.
Lobster backs, that's right. Well, now we're actually going to have Chuck talk to our white tricorn hat winner.
All right, I'm back on the street. I am with not only the Minuteman Cane Award winner, but the White Tricorn Hat Award winner, Linda Dixon. First time in the history one person has won both awards in the same year. All right, and of course, we have our own Peter Kelly, White Tricorn Hat winner of 2000. And we have the whole crew here. Linda, 2 awards in 1 year. What do you got to say to the town?
I was pretty overwhelmed when it happened, Chuck. I was worried that people would think I was being greedy.
No, that's my brother Jim.
Oh.
And I only had to wait 25 years before I could catch up to Peter.
Well, I got to tell you, and she's on the celebration. This is long overdue, really. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the parade. Thank you for all your volunteerism to the town of Lexington. Well deserved. Let's hear it for Linda Dixon.
All right, I'll tell you, very, very well-deserved recognitions. I was there last night at the ceremony when they were, after she had won the Minuteman Cane Award, they were talking about the recipient of the white hat. And as I'm hearing the resume, I'm like, I think it's going to be Linda Dixon again. Yeah. And sure enough, it was. And it couldn't have gone to a more dedicated community servant. She's wonderful.
So cute. Look
This
at
is
them.
LE Mental Health, and they're one of the major sponsors here in the parade this year. We appreciate their support. It makes a difference when local businesses get involved and they make this happen. We couldn't do it without their financial support.
Should we give the Michelsons a shout out?
Well, after the William Diamond Juniors.
Yeah, right now we wanted to mention you're looking at the William Diamond Jr. Fife and Drum Corps, a staple of every year's parade. The William Diamond Jr. Fife and Drum of Lexington, Mass. are the juniors. And
they're going to Switzerland this
Yes.
year for their 25th anniversary. I think that's incredible. These kids are so lucky and talented.
they're so talented and they are so appreciative and they love.
Oh, and you know, they're having a muster on May 2nd, and I believe that's taking place at Hastings
Should we go
Park.
live with the Michelsons?
Oh, and here comes Jerry and Eric Michelson.
Should we go out? Let's go to the street.
And they were founded in 1919. Oh,
Let's go to the street. We got the Michelson family. Michelson Shoes, 1919. Their family's a big staple of this parade for many, many years.
And you know, not only that, Jerry and Eric run the Lexington Retailers Association and such events as the Taste of Lexington. They organize the the Halloween parade for all the children in town to be able to celebrate. That's one of the favorite events for young kids.
and Jerry keeps Justine and I in line with the holiday lighting.
We don't want to miss Sarah Kochi, by the way. She's coming by. She's the Pat Flynn Outstanding Youth Award winner. I listened to her resume last night. I guess, such as it is, you know, a young person with a resume like hers, it was just spectacular. The things that she's done and the things that she's accomplished, and through her volunteerism, and she's chair of the Youth Commission, among other things. But she's just a well-deserving recipient of this year's award.
Congratulations to Sarah.
Absolutely.
Oh, and the float judges, we're looking at Fred,
You want me to grab a kid?
Fred
You want me to grab
Johnson.
some kids?
Grab some kids, Chuck.
You want to go wide? Want me to grab a couple of kids here?
Yes. We're going to go down. Chuck's going to talk to some children on the street that are enjoying the parade and get the feel from what the kids are saying.
No clue what's going on. Charlie, my name's Charlie. What's your name?
Noah.
My name's not Noah. What's your name?
Anna.
Anna.
My name's Brindley.
And where was everybody from?
Dunstable.
Dunstable. Wow, you came up from the Cape? Well, that's down the Cape, isn't it, Dunstable? A little bit? Oh, does your grandmother live in Lexington?
Westford.
Okay, so what brings you to the parade? Are you guys having, look at the camera right there. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Perfect. All right. Well, listen, you have fun. Enjoy the parade. We have another band coming. Thanks for coming to Lexington. You're welcome. Have fun.
Bye.
All right.
Okay. So next up we have the Greater Boston Firefighters Pipes and Drums. And these guys are made up of former and current service members, firefighters. They're really incredible. Who doesn't love a man in a skirt playing some bagpipes? They are really incredible though, and I feel they add a lot of emotion to these kinds of events.
And you know, it's wonderful. Their mission is to honor past and present first responders.
Yes.
And listen to them now. It's beautiful. Looking at the Sudbury Ancient Fife and Drum Companies. These corps were formed in 1964 and are a teaching corps offering free lessons to anyone 10 years of age and older.
That's incredible.
No experience necessary. The company's headquartered at the historic Longfellow Wayside Inn in Sudbury.
Oh, I've been there. I love that place.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I guess they participate in historical celebrations throughout all of New England. So if you want to add a little color to an event, give them a call. I'm sure they'll show up. I'm sure they'd like a donation, but it's different. Now we've got Trevor. Trevor's on his way up the avenue. I haven't seen him drop anything yet. I have faith in Trevor. Trevor the juggler. Trevor brings joy to the world via his juggling and upbeat demeanor. Trevor has performed for the Boston Red Sox, Paymont Cirque by the Sea, Cape Cod Museum of Natural History, and NASCAR. He's done First Night in Chatham. I guess he's in demand.
He's in demand.
Yes.
He's well-rounded.
Yeah. I can do that. Can you?
So talented.
I'm not coordinated.
Oh, I lied. I can't do that.
I cannot juggle. I cannot do aerobics.
I thought you could do that while riding a unicycle, Jim.
Right. You know, we might mention as we go, some of these parade sponsors. Line Orthodontics is sponsoring our next unit in the parade, which is the Hot Tamale Brass Band. Well, let's listen to them for a moment.
All the way from New Orleans.
Do they come from New Orleans? The music of New Orleans combines jazz, blues, and Cajun Dixie. Refers to the southern United States. Musical styles encompass African, European, and Caribbean genres of music. Dixieland music celebrates many cultures and based in America, America's immigrants combining to make spirited, joyful music.
We've got Jim on the street. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Chuck.
Hey, let's hear it for Uncle Sam.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Uncle Sam, tell us a little bit about your float.
Absolutely. So our float is about freedom of religion, freedom of expression, inclusion. Everybody is welcome in America, and we hope you all have a great Patriots Day.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the first prize Civic float. Thank you very much for being here today.
Very good. Now we have the Community Endowment of Lexington is sponsoring this next unit. And I'm having a hard time seeing exactly who it is. Is it the Simon?
It's the Connecting Citizens, Connecting Cultures, Creating Community.
That's the New Legacy Cultural Center.
New Legacy Cultural Center. Ting. Oh my God, I
Ting
can't
Ting.
believe.
There she
There
is.
she is,
Hi,
right
Ting.
there. Hi, hello, Ting.
She's the best.
She's awesome. She's on our LexMedia board. She works so hard, and these kids, these kids have learned so much, and they've been around. I think they're in their 4th or 5th year or so. They celebrated. They do the traditional end of the Lunar New Year with the celebration of light and all of that, and they're just nice people. Digital Credit Union is the sponsor of the next unit in the parade.
Oh, I think this is the hip hop troupe here. As a 90s kid, I love hip hop and that kind of dance.
Trend
in Motion. A diverse hip hop dance troupe who express themselves through the freedom of movement, dancing, and hip hop, Afro Caribbean, and Latin rhythms.
And now we've got Chuck. He's going to see if he can interview Miss Massachusetts.
How are you? Tell me when you're. Folks, I have Miss Massachusetts teen here with us today. Tell us who you are and welcome to Lexington.
Awesome. So my name is, can I hold it? Okay. My name is Ava Dooley. I'm 18 years old. I'm a freshman in college. And I'm actually filling in for Miss Massachusetts today, who is Kayla Griffin, who unfortunately could not make it. But I'm so excited. This is a crazy crowd. Everyone's so welcoming and nice. And I'm really honored to be here to celebrate the history of our country.
Wow, so well spoken. Jim, I think you're going to have 3 hosts up on the desk with you next year.
Awesome.
Thank you and welcome to Lexington. Congratulations. Enjoy the parade.
So I don't think Ava Dooley gave herself enough credit up there. She has a program called Choreograph Your Future, and it's mentoring young people to build confidence, and how important that is to the kids out there. So thank you, Ava.
Important. Yeah, thank you so much for that. And Spalding Management. This is Sharon Spalding. Sharon is somebody who's been so involved with this annual parade. She's now a member of the Town Celebrations Committee, but she's actually announcing the parade by the grandstand.
The grandstand.
All the VIPs or the special guests. But she's wonderful, and she's been so kind to us, and she's very supportive with providing us some information. Anyway, her organization is one of the sponsors of this parade. So, and of course, Pro Medical, which is owned by Doug Lucente.
Yes, yes.
So another sponsor.
Fantastic sponsor.
And we're looking at the Middlesex County Volunteers. You know what's distinctive about them? You always know it's them with their white jackets. They always look so great.
Should we have a battle of the bands fife and drum after this parade?
It would be difficult to choose among them.
They're all so great.
These folks are spectacular.
You know, they were established in 1982 toward the close of the bicentennial for Boston.
Really, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh. They were for musicians who wished to further their traditional repertoires with the regiment fife and drum corps.
Of course, behind them, we have the Lexington chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution, the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution, that was founded in 1890 with the simple mission of promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism. The Lexington chapter was organized in 1895 and has been promoting historic preservation, education, and patriotism through a wide variety of activities in Lexington. They've got quite a presence here today. It says here that
the Daughters of America.
Yeah, they had a ceremony to honor the memories of the brave patriots who fought for democracy, and it recently planted an American elm tree on the Buckman Tavern grounds last year to commemorate the semi-quincentennial anniversary of the Battle of Lexington.
Awesome. And they support the only all-women U.S. vet housing in the country.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Fun fact.
Wow.
That's a great fact. Let me give a shout out to Manicus Family Dental, too, another sponsor of the parade. I'll do this periodically because I want to remind people how important it is to support these local businesses that are supporting our parade.
All right, here I am once again. I'm with one of the Phelan family from Lexington. I mean, they go way back. I played football with the fathers. I played softball. But we got the next generation here. What's your name? Jamie? Joe, my name's Charlie. Wow, and who else do we have here? You want to say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Clyde.
Clyde? All righty. And we have, this is Bill Phelan's daughter. Say hi.
Hello.
So, she's a Lexington. What year did you graduate?
2004.
So how many parades have you missed?
How many have I missed or haven't I been to?
Well, I'm sure you've been to a lot. How many reenactments?
Oh, none of them.
Oh, come on. Oh. I know you really. Well, this is the Phelan family from Lexington, so we're going to turn it back to the street.
Well, according to our list here, the music of Prescott's Battalion is what we're going to be looking at here.
Really, you know, last year they performed in Martha's Vineyard at the Martha's Vineyard Historical Society, and David McClough exclaimed that their musical performances and period clothing was exactly what he had written about in his newly released book, 1776. I want to read that.
David McCullough, I had the honor of meeting him, Devin and I both together one night, and what an extraordinary conversation we had. He was just such a nice man, approachable. He was with his wife, and we spent probably a half an hour with him.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, really spectacular person.
Oh, and this is the Indian
Americans of Lexington.
Yes, they put on a fantastic Diwali event actually with the Lexington Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah.
They are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they do. Like you say, they put on the Diwali event every year, which is their celebration around Christmas time, and very much like Christmas too. I mean, I know it's the birth of Christ and all of that, but also it's also a supportive time of year for them, because it's kind of a shopping event too. I mean, they want to celebrate the season as well, and they bring people together to do just that.
And do they perform Diwali at Cary Hall? I think it's another event right at Cary Hall.
They do it at Cary Hall, and again, Sharon Spalding helped them organize something out in front. We have here Lexington High School. I think this is the class of '76.
It is. Don McKenna was in the class of 76.
Class of 76. I know a few of these folks. Cleve Coates, who we interviewed earlier, is class of 76.
Oh, okay.
Mark Barron's, class of 76.
One of the best guys around.
Yeah, Mark.
He's a great guy.
He is a good guy, yeah. And
building beautiful communities here
Mark and
in
his wife,
Lexington.
Peggy.
Great builder.
Mark was Devon's baseball coach.
Yes,
you
and
know.
his son was a year younger than me at LHS.
Yeah. Well, they had, well, anyway, the Barons are nice people, but there are a lot of folks from the class of 76, and we congratulate them and hope they're enjoying their celebration.
That's great.
And right now, here comes the Lexington Visitor Center and the Liberty Trolley.
Yep.
Liberty Trolley is a unique 90-minute tour of the historic Battle Road. It's been providing tours for the past 20 years, starting with and operating the new Lexington Visitor Center.
Yeah, and
We've
the
got a
Visitor
flyover.
Center mission is to promote Lexington tourism and honor the town's rich revolutionary heritage while fostering a welcoming, vibrant community. And what is going overhead now?
I think we just had a flyover of some sort. I think it's a jet that came out of Hanscom.
Definitely.
I'm talking about like a military jet.
Yeah, that was loud.
Yeah.
You know, just a quick shout out to the Visitor Center, the newly, you know,
Cynthia
visitors.
and Jay are doing a really great job over there. They're passionate and
With economic development,
yes.
and let's give a little shout out. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Dawn McKenna, who helped lead the effort to build that new visitor center.
it's gorgeous.
You know, she and members of the tourism committee work so hard to get people to understand how important tourism is in Lexington as an economic driver. So we tip our hats to them.
Yes.
The next group coming through is sponsored by Lexington Coin. Eric Carlson, who's a white tricorn hat winner, is the owner of Lexington Coin, and a great guy, Lexington native. So we're looking at the Bedford Minuteman Company.
Yes, Bedford Minuteman Company is a marching and ceremonial unit dedicated to keeping our colonial heritage alive and honoring the Bedford flag.
And I think we always focus on Lexington and Concord, but there were men and women from Lincoln, even Woburn, Everett, all over got together.
Yes.
By the way, it says here, and I knew this, that the Bedford flag is the first battle flag to fly over the colonials in the American Revolution.
I thought that was you, Jim, for a second there.
Well, it was carried by Nathaniel Page, a Bedford Minuteman, at the fight of the Old North Bridge, April 19, 1775.
Wow.
Now, you were talking about a juggler and a unicyclist?
Yes, and how do you realize that you have this talent? That's, I'm so interested.
I wouldn't even try to figure out if I did. No,
Me neither.
I would lose all my front teeth. Jonah the Jester, that's who we're looking at, actually. Jonah the Jester balances dynamically on a big wheel unicycle, juggling energetically, it says here. I would say it's energetically, and it interacts playfully with the crowds. He performs and teaches internationally for festivals.
For over 20 years.
Yeah, for over 20 years.
Yes.
And now I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to point out we've got the Lexington Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, we have to give a
Sponsoring,
shout out to the
yes, we
Lexington
do.
Chamber of Commerce, of course. We've got a couple of board members right here. I point out that Maya Sawyer is a member of our board of directors, and I'm the immediate past chair. But what a great organization. The Chamber of Commerce works so hard to help foster and
Yes.
develop. We work with the Economic Development Office to really sort of help businesses grow and get settled and here in Lexington.
Thank you to everyone who came to our casino night and last year to Wilson's to our Lex250 gala. We love when you join us and support Shop
Right.
Local.
Right, and of course, we welcome our friends from Concord right now, the Concord Minutemen Company. They were reestablished in December of 1962 by a proclamation of the Board of Selectmen, now I guess the Select Board, and Public Ceremonies Committee. Of course, they played a pivotal role in the battle of the American Revolution and the first day, you know, because they came over us, but they turned them back and conquered. Of course, by the time the Minutemen, the Redcoats got to Concord, they had amassed other representatives of other Minutemen companies from all around the area, so they were met with a great amount of resistance.
And I heard the ride back to Boston was equally brutal. That
Even more so.
Even more so that
Yeah.
the men and women used like guerrilla-style warfare, hiding behind the
Right.
trees and shooting at them their whole way back.
All the way up to and including the
And
events at the in Menotomy at the home of. Oh, I hate when I do that. I do. I bury the
know.
lead. Okay, we want to just give a quick shout out to MIT Lincoln Lab. They just walked past, and of course now
Lex Farm, and they donate $25,000 in vegetables to hunger relief every year.
Lexington Community Farm. There's a little bit of information for them.
Used to be Booza Farm.
It's the old Booza Farm. Was called once Sun Valley Farm too, but the Booza family, Dennis, Trudy, and Fran Booza ran it together as the children of the original owner after he passed, and they did a wonderful job caretaking until they just could no longer sustain it. And of course, it was a great opportunity for somebody to come in and, like Lex Farm, and take it over.
you know, they've got a great CSA grocery shopping program.
Highland Pipes 48 are on now. Shall we take a listen?
Sure. This might be a good time while we're waiting for Lexington Incorporated coming down to give a shout out to a couple of folks. Jean Hart, who I believe is watching at home, longtime friend and artist. She was one of the movers and shakers in the Lexington Arts and Crafts Society. Helped bring around the Lexington Open Studios, along with so many other artists. But they. I wanted to say a quick hello to her, and I'll try to do this as I go on, because so many people. I want to say hello to all of our friends at Brookhaven too. Brookhaven is, they're so active in the community, and I'm pleased to be a member of their board as well. But we welcome all of the viewers at Brookhaven who are watching today, and we thank you.
And here comes Lex See Her, makes historic and bold Lexington women visible. And did you know that only 3% of statues in the world are of women? And we have multiple here in Lexington.
Well, we hope that changes, but we've got people like Jesse Steigerwald and other leaders in this organization who are making a big difference. Leslie Mason was, again, somebody very active with Lex See Her. If I begin to name folks, I'm going to leave somebody out. Martha Wood. There are so many people that we owe a debt of gratitude for moving that forward.
Oh, we have the Girl Scouts here. All right, Jim and Justine, I have a question for both of you. What is your favorite kind of Girl Scout cookie?
It's a tie, Thin Mints and the chocolate peanut butter patties.
It's a
chocolate covered peanut butter.
I'm a Thin Mint girl. The Girl Scouts won the first prize for the Youth Award.
First place.
That's incredible.
First place, yeah.
Well, it's not that incredible. They got cookies. Come on, the fix is in. You don't think the judges ate some
My
of the
rule
cookies?
is if you come to my door, I will promise I will buy your cookies, but if your mom texts me, I'm not buying the cookies. You have to come and knock.
I think that's a good rule. But anyway, the Girl Scouts are wonderful, and they're involved in so many things in this community. We celebrate them and we thank them for all of the effort that they put into the community.
These girls are doing a great job.
They really are, and I joke about that. They won that prize fair and square. They put together a beautiful float. I just know Fred Johnson, who was a judge, and he happens to like Girl Scout cookies. So who doesn't? Lexington Field and Garden Club is up. I think just passed us or coming up now.
Yeah, I think we just passed them, but the medians are looking great. And did you know that they're the first field and garden club in the country?
Yes.
You probably knew this.
Well, no, I did know that, and they were established in 1876.
That's incredible.
And they are also the largest active organization in Lexington.
Oh, really?
By far. They have hundreds, like 500-600 members.
Right.
Yeah.
Want to
So-
give a quick thank you to the Lexington Dental Association, one of our sponsors, but just passing us by is the Hobby Knoll Stable, Clydesdales.
Yeah. We love the Clydesdales.
Yes.
They're my favorite part.
Me too. Should we have a Budweiser at 5?
Budweiser, yeah. You see a Clydesdale and that's what you think about?
Honestly,
Don't
no,
you?
the Super Bowl commercial.
Not
Yes.
anymore. Not
That's
anymore.
it, yeah.
Not anymore.
No.
There might have been a day. So, and then we have what float is this we're looking at?
Looks like a moose we got there.
Oh, this is the Elks Lodge. Yeah, Lexington Waltham Lodge of Elks. The Lexington Lodge merged with Waltham Lodge a few years ago, and they donate the flag annually on Flag Day in Lexington, and they present it to the select board, who then put it up. So every year they donate the flag. It's a tradition here in Lexington. And they've donated over $20,000 to senior citizens programs and food pantries in Lexington and Waltham.
I didn't know that. I
incredible.
love learning all these things each year.
Right. And then we've got, it looks like the Finnegan Development
Another
is
fabulous
sponsoring Uncle
sponsor.
Sam on stilts. But yeah, a little shout out to Ben Finnegan, another local guy with a beautiful family. And we're just so fortunate to have somebody like Ben in our town. He's a wonderful guy. He's a developer, builds beautiful homes.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we have Uncle Sam with us. Uncle Sam, welcome to Lexington.
Thank you so much. It's a lovely day to be here.
Is it? Thank you very much. I wish. Wow, you're tall. You don't want to dance with me? Well, welcome to Lexington.
I wondered how Jim would pull that off. I'm sorry, Chuck would pull that off.
This is another one where I'm like, how did you learn this talent? How did you know
Right.
you had this talent?
Yep, so KLEX
Good
of
balance.
Lexington, which is not Cal, we have two very, very influential Chinese-American organizations in Lexington. KLEX, Chinese Americans of Lexington, we're looking at now. They were founded in 2017 with a mission to promote participation in public service and civic engagement and to address concerns within the Chinese American community. Lex Youth is a dynamic platform in the community where the young people are inspired to involve and develop leadership skills.
And they logged 10,000 community service hours.
10,000 community
That's a lot.
service hours. That's a
And
lot. That's a big, that's towards the 250,000 goal.
We're also looking at the Lexington History Museums.
They have a scavenger hunt today between 10 and 4.
Oh, they do? Okay,
Yes.
great. Well,
At the depot, right?
Correct.
Maya?
Yeah, at the depot.
and we're looking at Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, too.
Oh, it's a pumper truck. And here we are, another sponsor, Seasons 4. And they also, are a tremendous donor to our holiday lighting. They
Yes.
donate all the trees that are lit
They
up
are,
in the
and they
summer.
donate to the Chamber of Commerce. They are so involved in the community. Beautiful Christmas trees
Chuck,
and
get that
decor
pin.
all year round.
Yeah.
The pin. Chuck, find off the Chuck where the pin is. Oh, we have to give a shout out to Beth Sager. She was one of the sponsors.
Yes.
She's very generous. She's I know she rivals you guys.
No, Beth and I are friends. I'm really happy for her
We
success.
really like
But
her.
I want to give her a shout out because I noticed in one of her recent ads that she surpassed $1 billion in sales.
Yeah, congratulations,
That's-
Beth.
Good
job.
Beth Sager.
I mean, it is Lexington,
Yeah.
but that's about 3 houses.
But she works hard.
I shouldn't say that. But still, I appreciate the support our publication gets from all of the realtors, and I'd like to publicly thank you and the Ravis community because you're all so good to our publication. I had the pleasure of meeting Bill Ravis when he first came to Lexington so many years ago before he became Bill Ravis. He actually negotiated our first contract, and he drives a hard bargain.
Oh,
Well, we're listening to the Roma Band musicians.
perform at the festivals in the North End in the summer as well.
And they come here year after year. They're not new to Lexington. They're one of our regular participants. So. I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna grab props. Tell these guys all about yourself. Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Is this on?
It's on.
Is it on? All right. Hey, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, happy Patriots Day. I get confused.
Peter.
Look, I got to juggle. I'm going to hand this off. My name is Peter Panic. Have a great day in Lexington. Thanks for joining us. Now go out with a juggle.
A jiggle or a juggle?
I was so worried he was going to fall over.
Oh my God. Peter Panic. That's a great name. The Reminiscence, the Seasons 4 Outdoor Living Store is one of the parade sponsors as well. And here are the Reminiscence. They've been playing together for over 50 years. In fact, I'd like to say, you know, when my parents were alive and doing travel, they used to have a yearly cruise with the Reminiscence from Boston to Bermuda.
Oh.
And these guys are spectacular. And I see Mike Joyle, who's the lead singer. He's a close family friend. And I remember when we first got these guys to go in the parade on the back of a truck, it was probably 20, 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And they've been coming year after year ever since. And they do 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they entertain audience of all ages throughout New England. It says here since 73, so 53 years.
Wow, that's fantastic. And then next up, we've got the Association of Black Citizens of Lexington, ABCL, and they do a fantastic job. Founded in 2016, it's a nonprofit organization who are concerned with matters of critical importance to the welfare of the Black citizens of Lexington. They sponsor the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Gospel Concert. You know, they're an organization that strives to make Lexington more welcoming and make sure Black children have access to all the resources in town. Really fantastic.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to Sean Osborne. I know I always take, you know, I have to be careful because there are so many people in the organization, but Sean Osborne is their historian, and he...
Oh, here comes Lex Fun.
Yeah, well, let me just finish. Sean
yes,
Osborne is a great guy, and they do so much good work. I'm so glad to see them so involved in the community. Yeah, Lex Fun, here we go.
So Lex Fun is a diverse community of parents with young children serving Lexington and the surrounding area, founded in 1942. And I have to say, I made some of my best friends on the board at Lex Fun. It's a really great way to get involved. They have a sale coming up on April 25th in the Field House. I've gotten Lily Pulitzer, Hannah Anderson clothes. Everything is about $2. So I highly recommend going. And if you're new to town, go get involved, volunteer. You'll meet some great people.
It used to be the preschool PTA, and Lex Fun is Lexington 5 and under, right?
It used to be, and now they've wanted to expand it, so now it's just families with young children. But yes, they're still officially the preschool PTA.
Right. All-Star Learning for Special Needs just walked by. We wanted to give them a quick shout out. Thank them for participating in the parade. They work with special needs as a parent-founded nonprofit organization based in Lexington, intending to support children and youth with special needs. So thanks to them for being with us today.
And now we have the Korean American Organization of Lexington, KOLEX. The Korean American Organization of Lexington is a nonprofit tax-exempt corporation, and they provide residents of Korean descent with supportive community that promotes cultural and civic engagement.
And they also put on a Korean Lunar New Year celebration as well. And we've got the Second Civic.
Second place
Bringing
Civic.
independence and living together. The beautiful float we're looking at right now. Bridging independent living together. I love that float.
quick shout out to Mike Leary Contracting, another lifelong Lexington family.
He's done my roof.
This is the McGann Marching Band that we're seeing now. I guess we got ahead. Colex must have gotten out of the order. So McGann Marching Band, and then Colex that we already discussed.
Yes. And shout out to Kirkland and Shaw Plumbing and Heating.
Just went by. Yeah, we mentioned just a few minutes ago, I think they're out of order because we talked about the Colex just a few moments ago. And we're glad to see them. I wasn't sure if they were here with us, but we're really pleased to see them. They participate in town events and sponsors. They such initiatives like Colex Annual Care Baskets, the K Festival, Korean Cultural Festival, Korean Lunar New Year, and they're a co-sponsor of the AAPI events, the Asian American Pacific.
And now we have the Londonderry High School Band. And these guys have performed at Disney, in New York City, at the Patriots Day Parade as well here today. I mean, they're all over the map, these kids.
They're wonderful. They were here last year. Look at them. I love their uniforms.
I do too.
Let's listen.
And we've got another fantastic sponsor, Lexington Firefighters.
Local 1491. They are a great group of folks. They represent the Lexington firefighters here. Thank them for their support. And their banner is actually walking in front of the Chinese American Association of Lexington. The Chinese American Association has been in Lexington since 1983. So a lot of folks think they're new. They are not new. Sophia Ho was among the original founders of Cal. She's one of our residents out at Brookhaven, and a very good personal friend, her and her husband Larry, of Laurie and I, and give them a shout out as well. But this organization, they were established in 1983. They are well respected in town with a culture of joy and serving and passion in giving. And they provide community service, promote civic engagement, share cultural heritage, and empower youth.
Fantastic. Look at that beautiful dragon.
They're among one of the largest organizations in the community now.
Yes, this will probably go on for a while. They have some amazing displays.
It would be a good time to say hello to some of our friends from Cal. You know, we have there's so many good people that are involved with the organization. So we welcome them, and so glad that they're here.
All right, and we have Ecam Boston coming up, and they were formed in January 2019 with an intent to encourage adults and youth to participate in volunteering in the greater Boston area. The chapter director, Nagasri Shaka, is a childhood friend of Ecom founder who was pledged to use this platform to help those that are disadvantaged.
And we just are looking at Mahoney's garden.
Oh, beautiful
They're
flowers.
beautiful folk.
And they last.
Yeah, they do a nice job.
Well, this is fun. This is Santa Bangra no, I'm sorry. This is Veronica Robles Mexican Mariachi Band.
I love mariachi bands. You know, every
Me
year
too.
at Discover Day in Lexington, where they have a roving mariachi band.
I heard.
Makes me hungry.
I know. I heard a rumor we might get a Mexican restaurant in town. I'm really fingers crossed.
I'm hearing it.
All right,
And
right
we've
over
got-
here. I'm live on the street with. Tell us who you are, and I mean, you know, I don't.
Kids. We raise money to help kids who otherwise couldn't be helped.
That's awesome. Let me see. Hold on. What's your name? Oh, Fritzl. Fritzl. Nice. Up there is Gretel. Listen, welcome to Lexington. Thank you for your cause. You're Bubba?
I'm Bubba.
Wow. So, is it your first time in Lexington, Bubba?
No, we were here last year.
Awesome. Well, welcome back. We're glad you could be here. Enjoy.
Hey, who let those clowns in here?
You know, fun fact, they hold free classes trying to introduce children and adults to
Oh my gosh.
becoming clowns.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Got another sponsored Children's Center of Lexington. And New Magnolia
Do we
Jazz
not
Band.
have Senator Markey this year?
The New Magnolia Jazz Band is a strolling jazz band. They play in the style of New Orleans. And does this make anyone want a bayonet? They have wonderful bayonets at Ma France in Lexington.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have the. You know, I maybe people may know this, they may not. A lot of the croissants and other things that are made there are started in France, in Paris, and they bring them over and they finish them off here.
And that
So the
must
dough,
be why they
everything's made.
taste so good.
Yes.
And you don't get a stomach ache.
And I think maybe we're looking at the Great American Marching Band. Yep. Great American Marching Band is a military veteran organization consisting of professional musicians. And they perform, you know, their specialty is uplifting patriotic music. A few accolades. They were the best band appearance of East Long Meadow, 4th of July. Awesome. New Haven, St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Oh, okay. Steve Newell carrying the Lex250 banner actually drove me in my wedding, my wife and I,
He did?
from our
Aw.
wedding to our reception in one of his old Packards.
I love that. Look at these. Oh, these cars are.
Lexington Veterans Association.
Yes, thank you to the
And-
vets.
And then here we go. We've got the Eastern Mass Classic Chevy Club for veterans. I love this. Were they here last year? I don't think so.
I love a positive hobby like this to keep these cars going
Yeah.
for this long.
Classic Chevy Club for veterans. Beautiful cars.
Yeah, no, this is great. My father, before he passed, he collected some cars. We used to have Mustangs when I was younger, 66, 65. He had a beautiful 73 Mustang convertible, but then later he got a Galaxy. Is it Galaxy 500? I'm not but he loved it.
What do they call them? A gearhead?
he was a gearhead. I was not. I did have a 1970 Chevelle in high school, though.
You did?
A fire engine red with a black convertible. But my father had a convertible. He used to drive it around town on the weekends. Loved it.
Wow, look at all those cars.
Yeah, there are quite a few of them.
Coming up, we've got Lexington Goes Purple. Here comes Lexington Go Purple. They are an annual awareness and fundraising event organized by Lexington volunteers under the Do What You Love to End Alzheimer's. This hits close to home for so many of us.
It sure does.
It's really important.
I know there are so many people involved. I see Jean Krieger carrying the banner, our former select woman from Lexington, and she's been so active in this organization, as have so many other people.
You know, I got to give a shout out to Joyce Murphy of William Ravis, longtime Ravis agent, and she's also a member of Lex Purple.
Right, and I'm actually going to host the Purple Doggy Parade.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
oh my
I will.
gosh,
in
we'll
May.
come see
yeah,
you.
I will. I do. We give out awards. Sometimes I put the fix in for.
Oh, should we bring Maggie and Cutesy Flower?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely, but they have to wear costumes.
Oh,
Something in purple.
Maggie has a costume for every holiday.
Of course she does. You're her mom.
And a bow and color for every season.
Yeah, we're looking at PMC Durfee High School band.
So much talent today. Nice young talent.
I see Lester Savage Real Estate is another sponsor here at the parade.
He's a great friend of ours in our real estate community. Wonderful man.
Well, I could also give just a quick story. You know, the last time that you, Jim Shaw, saw Bill Ravis was with Lester Savage. He gave the four of us another beautiful tour of the new Depot Museum and the new Lexington Historic Museum. And Bill Ravis.
And he's also a white tricorn hat winner.
Yes.
I found that out at that Minuteman Gala that had great prime rib, by the way.
The food was good, I'll give you that.
The food was very good. Across Lexington.
We're so lucky that the weather held out today.
Oh, we've got the Immaculate Heart of Mary School Band coming down now. Shall we take a listen?
Sure.
And then next up, we've got the Friends of Lexington Bikeways. It's a nonprofit organization that does what they can to help promote biking, keep our Minuteman bike path clear.
And come to the Bikeway Block Party in September. They've got food and music, and I believe the Dance-In even performs sometimes at this event. I love the crab cakes at Post 1917.
Yeah,
Next year
they make a great steak, and they've been a great addition to the business mix in town in terms of a restaurant. They've kicked it up a notch. You know, Jason Caron, who is the chef owner, has really established himself well. There's another Post 1917 in Reading. By the way, the reason they call it Post, the one in Reading is actually the old post office in Reading.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Fun fact.
Jason does a spectacular job I've been known to enjoy a steak or so, and you know what? We can't say post 1917 without saying Martha Savini.
Oh, she's going to be plugged. She's going to be bartending Tuesday night.
Oh, that's right, Tuesday night.
So
She's
actually she's a celebrity bartender. And here's the U.S. Navy Band Northeast, established in 1974.
They're raising money for the USO, by the way. That's what they're doing on Tuesday night.
Oh, fantastic.
And
So the U.S. Navy Band, these guys are awesome.
We've got a couple of great sponsors. We've got the Popovich Law LLC, and then my personal dentist, Dr. DiMattia. So thank you, Dr. DiMattia, for sponsoring the parade today.
Yep, I know Dr. DiMattia I believe, is also Veronica Kyra's dentist too.
Oh, really?
She's always singing his praises. We got so many great dentists.
I know.
I wanted to take a quick opportunity while we have a little lull in the parade. Somebody was supposed to bring me one. I failed to log in my hours, so I'm almost embarrassed to say this because I would have received one of these pins. But the Hank Man's level, they lit up the arch last night as part of the ceremony, the Friday night ceremony. We did the awards ceremony, and then they did immediately following. They reached well beyond the goal of 250,000 community service hours, which is a goal they set last year. And but if you donated or volunteered more than 100 hours, you've got what they call the Hank Man's pin. It's a beautiful replica of the arch. I wish I had. Someone was supposed to bring me one so I could show it to people, because I want to encourage people to go out and get one of these. It's only 100 hours of volunteer work. And so many of us do so many things that we don't even think about that are volunteer. Get on the Lex250, lex250.org, go there and sign up and log in your hours, because it'd be great if they're going to be doing this up and through July 4th, and then July 5th it cuts out. Wouldn't it be awesome if they hit 300,000?
Yes.
That would be incredible.
Can you tell everyone what organization, what website do they need to log into?
Lex250.org.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And it's called VO250.
Okay. And we've got the Ancient and Honorable Artillery coming up here, the oldest chartered military organization in the Western Hemisphere, and they were founded in 1637.
Okay, everyone.
Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure. So I heard you're the oldest group
organization in the Northern Hemisphere.
Wow. Welcome.
1638.
1638. How many times in Lexington have you been here?
I've been here 20.
God bless you. Welcome back, and thanks a lot. Thank you for coming once again.
Wagon Wheel Farm Stand is coming up with their float. Of course, they enter a float every year. The Canalonga family, Nick Canalonga, the father, and his two sons are now running the company. Nick Jr. and Larry, and of course Nancy Canalonga, Nick Sr.'s wife. Nick's a white tricorn hat winner. Anyway, they always enter a beautiful float every year.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like they've won first place again for their commercial, in the commercial category.
Wow.
But look at how beautiful that float is.
And not only do they have gorgeous flowers, but I have to give a shout out, they also have a fantastic deli.
Yes, they do.
The subs there are delicious.
Yeah, no, they do. They have great produce. It's a good smaller family organizations, local family business, and they serve the community in so many different ways. And as I said, Nick Canalonga Sr. is also a white tricorn hat winner.
Let me know if you want me to grab someone full time.
But I just want to finish what I was saying about the volunteerism, because so many people have given so much and they work so hard, and it's an important thing. It's what makes Lexington different. We really run on volunteerism. I've heard somebody say we run, the world runs on Duncan. Well, Lexington runs on volunteers. And if you've done some volunteer work, get on that website, lex250.org, go to the VO250 section, and log your hours in, and let's see if we can get it up over 300,000 hours. Because we were at, I think it was like 285. The original goal was 250,000, and they exceeded that goal by a long shot.
Well, I think that Lexington has you to thank, Jim. The amount of volunteer hours that you've logged.
Do you sleep, Jim, or do you just volunteer all night?
I do. I do sleep, but it's like Doug Lucente. There are so many people who just make it a part of their lives. I'm my father's son. My father instilled these values in all of us, Chuck, myself, my other siblings. The importance of staying involved in your community, making a difference, contributing. My father was president of Little League, president of Pop Warner. He spent most of his time working in youth sports, but he instilled these values, and I encourage people to get involved. It gives you such a good feeling.
And you'll make some amazing friends along the way.
Well, Maya and I appreciate being able to associate with you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you to say that.
You are a wealth of knowledge. If you want to learn anything about Lexington, just try to nab Jim for about a half hour.
I can give my cell phone number if you like. Grooversity Drum Band is what we're looking at now.
I love all the cultures we have here today.
The Grooversity Drum Band. They're an innovative drum band, envisioned by a Brazilian former Marcos Santos, promoting music as a catalyst for social change.
They performed in Canada, France, Germany, Bermuda, and the U.S. I love Bermuda. If you ever get a chance to go there, take it.
Oh, the Suburbanettes. What a great name.
And of course, they're twirlers, and they've been participating in this parade for years.
There's a nice cartwheel there.
Wow.
And they're from Chelmsford, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
What a great organization.
And they've performed at some great places. Disney,
Paris,
New York
France.
City, Paris. Wonderful.
Russia, Ireland and Russia as well.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Marquee Tree, thank you, our sponsor, Marquee Tree.
They took down 3 trees for me and did a great job.
They're also a big supporter of holiday lighting.
Yes, we appreciate them.
Some of these are packed in tight, so we'll have to say Uncle Sam's Jazz Band. That's what we're looking at right now. They are dressed in red, white, and blue in traditional straw hats. Uncle Sam's Jazz Band plays all patriotic music and New Orleans-style jazz. It's important to keep alive our country's patriotic music, and most often onlookers sing along with the band.
And then we've got the pickleball club behind them, which is so fun. Justine, should we add this to our repertoire? We'll get a little cardio in.
Sure, Maya, we'll do that at 8 p.m.
They have a fun slogan: meet your neighbors, get sweaty, and have great fun.
I guess that is a good slogan. Kidsborough provides after-school enrichment programs for students in grade K through 5 here in Lexington. The program was created to support working families by offering high-quality enrichment-based care after school in Lexington. Kidsborough serves over 20% of the elementary school population, reflecting its strong connection to the community.
And then we've got the Tony Berry Band playing since 1949, patriotic and military hymns, specializing in engaging and entertaining spectators every step of the way. And then we've got, is that Grace Chapel coming through there? Some wonderful people go there. I heard they have a wonderful Bible study. And they have,
They won second place for the youth entry. Grace Chapel that is for the float.
Oh, great.
I see Russian School of Mathematics as a sponsor. Again, Sona Antonian, who has helped start Russian School here in Lexington, is going on to become their regional vice president.
And she was a chamber director. She's a really wonderful person to know here in the community.
Yeah, but chairman immediately before me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then next up, we've got the Circus Complex. It's a nonprofit circus school, and they embrace and celebrate the diversity within students, welcoming everyone over the age of 5 to join.
Oh, and this is the Worcester Sound and Lights.
No, this is the Alliance.
Oh,
of
I'm
Youth
so
Leaders.
sorry.
Yeah. It's the military band organ. Anyway, this group is designed to promote leadership and community building skills throughout a student's entire high school life and more.
They warned us no music in front or behind this organ.
Worcester Sound and Lights just went by. I guess that they're part of that organization. Lexington Alarm has just gone by too. Lexington Alarm is a group of concerned citizens from Lexington and surrounding towns who took a stand against tyranny on the 250th anniversary of the Battle of Lexington and Concord. They support the U.S. Constitution, the rule of law, and the ideals of the American Revolution.
And that's the Back to the Future DeLorean time machine. Justine and Jim, if you could go back to one time period, what era would it be?
I don't know. I'd like to learn more, experience more of the 60s. I don't know why. Yeah, right.
I would love to go back to the 90s. And I also want to highlight Lexington Newcomers Association. They just went by as well. Another fantastic sponsor and membership.
Right.
Community group here.
Well, I have to mention, Chucky mentioned, that how old did he say I was?
He said you were at the Last Supper.
The Last Supper, yeah. But, when you talk about spending time with somebody, my great-granddad lived to be 108 years old.
That's incredible.
He was born 2 presidents before Lincoln, and he lived to bounce me on his knee. And if I had an opportunity to go back in time to sit with somebody and really talk with them, this is a person who lived through the Civil War, both World Wars, the start of the Vietnam War, the Korean War, but he was born before the Industrial Revolution, before vehicles, before telephones.
Yeah.
I just wish I had an opportunity to talk to him about what life was like back then. He basically lived through the entire thing, the Industrial Revolution. I'm in awe of what he experienced in his life. That's where I'd go if I had a chance.
Absolutely.
I
know. I love that moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, I think, now you've made me rethink. And,
I'm going to the 80s, personally.
Yeah?
The outfits, the hair.
The 70s was awful. I want to forget about the 70s. I'm going to tell you something. In the 1970s, I did something. I used to wear clogs, right? I had longish hair. Of course, I don't have any hair anymore, but I permed my hair. So it was long and curly, like almost like Roger Daltrey.
Picture Jim.
I'm dying.
I can't believe I just admitted that on television. White shirts and Nehru collar, white pants, painter's pants, and Nehru collar shirts with clogs.
I love
and
it.
long curly hair. It was a different time, for sure. So I guess we've got a bit of a gap in the parade. I'm not sure what's holding things up, but I don't know if it's a good time to go to one of our short videos. I don't know. I'm looking over to the director, and I'm not sure. Nope. So we can just talk a little bit about, I can talk a little bit about last night.
Yeah.
There when they were announcing the awards, and so it was wonderful because Linda Dixon was the recipient of the Minuteman Cain Award that's given to a citizen over the age of 80 that's lived here, I think, 15 years or longer, and has contributed, unselfishly of themselves and time, energy. And it's a significant award. It's one of the top 2 awards you can get as a civic person in Lexington, as a volunteer. And so everybody's pleased as punch. Linda, well deserving. And then they start to introduce the winner of the white tricorn hat.
Wow.
And they started with the person's, and I'm thinking to myself, didn't I just hear this? And sure enough, Linda Dixon, for the first time in history, the same person won the tricorn hat and the Minute Man Cane Award at the same time, and it couldn't go to a more deserving person. I've had the honor of working with Linda on a lot of projects over the years. She's currently involved with so many things that, she's an active member of the Lexington Town Celebrations Committee, but she's also the chair of the Veterans Organization in town. She does so much. She's a former lieutenant colonel in the reserves.
Impressive.
She's a no-nonsense kind of person. I love her. She gets stuff done, and I love that about her. But there are people like, for instance, Connie Cronin, Cornelius Cronin won both, but not at the same time. Jackie Ward, again, won the white tricorn hat and a Minute Man cane. Both, of course, passed. Connie was 103 when he passed. He used to do this magnificent thing. He would actually take fallen branches on the battle green and carve them into things like gavels and other things that would be presented to people in town for doing extraordinary things. So looks like the parade's about to resume again.
This is the Inadati Education Center, and they focus on 3D design and 3D printing education. And the kids are really into this right now. I'm not sure if you know, most of these kids have 3D printers, and now they print out their own toys. So at play dates, you come home with like dragons and turtles, and they just print them out.
Yeah, is that like when we were kids, we had, what were those things that you would, creepy crawlers, right?
Yeah.
Where you have like an oven and you bake these little things, right?
Yeah.
And like probably some sort of radioactive goop that you put in and you put it in the oven. So
I was thinking more of like paper dolls. Is it like that?
Tomato.
Yeah.
Right.
Here we go.
Honorable mention in the civic category for our float here. That's the Botke Center with an honorable mention for their entry into the float, the civic category.
Aleppo.
Okay, this is my very favorite
The Shriners.
participant in parades, the Aleppo Shriners coming up.
Does anyone know about the hats?
Yep. The fez, they wear fez. Yeah, Chuck wants to
Talk with you. If you could tell us, you're the potentate, but give us a little history of the Shriners in Lexington.
The Shriners in Lexington. This is our second year doing this parade. It's a wonderful opportunity. Put us out in the public so they see the Shriners, what we can do. And we thank them. Yes.
Perfect. Well, welcome back. But for many, you just took years off.
It's just behind the scenes.
Welcome back. Welcome back. And here we go. The Shriners.
The Shriners usually make up a whole segment of the parade, and they of course they have the clowns, they have the little cars, the motorcycles. I'm not sure what complement they've sent along, but they have such a huge number of volunteers. All of these folks you're looking at volunteer all of this time and energy.
We have a fireman from Cape Cod, one of the Shriners. He wants to say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. You just say hello and give a shout out to Cape Cod Fire. What fire department?
None. We're all just one big group on the Cape.
One big group. Awesome. Well, welcome back and get that tuck moving.
Well, the Shriners, they raise all the money for the Shriners Burn Hospital, and the work they do. People go to their hospital for care, and they're never given a bill.
It's incredible.
It's absolutely incredible, and they bring so much joy to people here in the public and parades. But they've done so much. Of course, they're part of the Masons.
The Masons.
Yeah.
They were founded in 1882.
Yeah, I can't remember if they're part of the Scottish Rite or the York Rite, but it doesn't matter because the Shriners, not the Shriners, but the Masons. One part of are headquartered here in Lexington.
Yeah.
Minuteman, the National Heritage Museum, is run by the Scottish Rite Masons. Yeah. A gift, by the way, to the American people. 50 years ago during the bicentennial. So they're celebrating their 50th year. The
fantastic.
National Heritage Museum, yes.
Yeah.
Such great music today.
Say, I like the band from Londonderry, New Hampshire. They look good, they sound good, they all sound great.
Yeah.
But there's something about, maybe because there were so many of them too,
Absolutely.
And they come a good distance. It's not like they're just coming down the street. I've got to come all the way from New Hampshire.
I'm so happy for all the participants in the parade today that the weather turned out to be a beautiful day for the parade.
Right. We might take an opportunity also to thank all of the members of the Lexington Town Celebrations Committee. They're one of the hardest working groups in Lexington. They deal with Memorial Day, Veterans Day, all of these special ceremonies in town. It's not just Patriots Day. And they are some of the most committed people there. David Grable is the current chair, so I'll point him out. But if I say this, if I start listing people off, where do you stop? They are so committed to making all of this happen, and they work so hard. And they basically start. It sounds crazy, but it's like the week after they start, this parade goes away, or we complete this, they start working on the next one. It's amazing, and so I tip my hat. I want to thank them, and then towards the end, we'll also, thank the DPW, the police, the fire,
And Devin, I'm sorry, Jim, your son Devin is involved with LexMedia.
Yes, Devin actually is a member of the staff here. He's been here a long time, and Terry just became executive director. Devin became assistant executive director.
I was so impressed with how professional the studio was.
Yeah, the studio is great. But LexMedia, as the team of people we have there, they work so hard with the local government infrastructure to bring government. It unfolds in your living room. That's the thing. When people talk about transparency in government, LexMedia brings government to you. It's such an important service. I guess we're going live with Chuck.
Yep, one more time. I have Rascal with me here today. Rascal, welcome to Lexington. Tell us about your clown show, the group you belong to, and what you do. Well, the clown show is, never mind. You tell me.
So I'm a Aleppo Shriner clown. We have all of our Shriners here today. We raise money for a hospital in Boston, Shriners Burn Hospital, and the other hospitals in the area. We have 22, I think, around the country, Mexico and Canada. And we raise money by doing parades and other functions throughout the year. We have functions at the Shrine Center up in Wilmington, and we have a great time doing it too.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming to Lexington once again. Enjoy. Thank you very much.
Speaking of clown shows, that was Chuck out there with the clown from the Aleppos. Oh, did I just say that? I can say that because he's my brother.
Yes.
And I'm his older brother, even though I look younger. But Chuck's a good guy. Chucky's got a heart of gold, and we're so glad to have him as part of our team here. And then we got the what do they used to call these things when we were kids? The
Tricycles?
Not tricycles, but what are they? Big wheels.
Big wheels.
Something like that,
Yeah,
right?
big wheels. That looks like so much
I was
fun.
just thinking that I could do.
Yeah.
These guys are having way too much fun for their age.
Oh my goodness. Chuck's down there taking videos of them,
Oh yeah.
getting ideas.
I want one of those. I don't know why. It just looks. It's so cool, you know. It's like, I would probably never use it, but I want one.
I completely understand.
Me too.
Sometimes, I see the motorcycles. They're going to be coming down. They do the crazy eights and all of that. So they're coming down. I can see them down the avenue.
Well, and I know we'll give some, more thank yous as we end, but I also wanted to comment on how important LexMedia is to the community and all the events that they cover throughout the year. Celebrations with the high school, community events, community celebrations, sports, and I congratulate Florence in her retirement. Really
that's right.
excited.
We have to give a shout out to Florence. Of
Yes.
course, she just after serving 18 years as our executive director, has moved on. She's not with us today because she's actually visiting her grandchild on the left coast.
Oh, fantastic.
We're sorry she can't be with us, but she really did lead this organization. She helped build this organization to what it is. The people who are now running this organization basically they learned under her tutelage. She mentored them. So these folks like Terry and Rick and Devin and all these people, Jake, they learned from her, and they'll carry on her tradition of service.
They will make her proud.
Thanks for saying that, because
absolutely.
LexMedia really does make a difference in the community. It doesn't matter what the celebration is, what the event is. We're there. We're now covering live sporting events and basketball games live, football games live when we can, we try to bring all of these special celebrations to people.
You just made Yon smile down there.
Yeah.
Well,
Yon, I have to say, I shout out to Yon. Yon's one of our best guys. He brings so much to our organization. We're so fortunate to have him. He was there last night doing the award ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
please check out lexmedia.org for more opportunities and to see really what LexMedia offers.
It is so professional, so entertaining.
We've got a great archive of programming, and then of course LexMedia at YouTube, where you can watch a lot of stuff live. People can watch this program. They can watch us live right now on the other side of the country. It looks like we have a whole bunch of members from the Lexington Select Board, dignitaries. I don't know if they're coming our way, but I think they want a picture in front of the big flag. And that's another thing. Come on down. This flag is up for a couple of days over the weekend. You should come down, take a photo in front of the big flag next to that's attached to the library. It's kind of fun because you get lost in it.
It really is.
It's one of my favorite things when it goes up every year.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Next to the lights on holiday lighting.
So now we're looking at the motorcycles that I mentioned earlier. They do like the crazy eights, and they kind of zigzag in and out. I would be fearful of that. I rode a motorcycle once. I've been on a motorcycle, but I actually rode one, and I went down pretty hard.
Oh.
Yeah, it was the one and only. I never got back on another motorcycle. So
we had dirt bikes at my summer house.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Not me.
Oh, you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Dirt bikes, four-wheelers.
Really?
Yep.
I've only been on a motorcycle once. Never even made it to a highway. So.
Yeah. Oh no, it didn't work for me. I couldn't figure out the clutching and the gears, and I kept hitting the brake and the clutch. Oh, it was a mess. So.
I learned how to drive a car stick shift, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes. My grandmother taught me.
Oh, that's great.
So if you go on vacation in Europe with me, I can drive you around.
What was the nickname in the cars from the 1950s and 60s? They used to have the stick shift on the. It was a 3-speed, 3-gear car, and the stick shift was on the steering column. You know what they used to call that?
No clue. What was it?
A 3 on the tree.
Oh,
3 on the tree.
3 on the tree. Yeah, that's
The more you know.
That's yeah. The more you know. That's about as much as I know about cars. I could change the gears, but that's what I knew. I think we're coming to the end of the parade. So we are. We're looking at the end of the Aleppos. We thank them for being part of this special celebration.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we're looking at the little red vehicle sort of signifies the end of the parade. And this would be a great time, again, to thank everybody that's been involved. First of all, thank everybody for coming out this morning early. It was cold. I'm sorry, what? Say that again?
We're going to have...
All right. We can let's throw out to Chuck right now. He can say his goodbyes, and then I want to say a couple of things.
Hey, I just want to say thank you all for joining us today, live from the street here. A few less interviews than normal, but we had a ball. We met some great kids. We met some great dignitaries, and welcomed back a lot of familiar faces over the years. So I can't thank you enough for inviting me back again this year, and I look forward to next year. Thank you very much. Let's send it back.
Yeah, great job.
Wait a minute, that was kind of presumptuous. He can't wait till he comes back next year.
What, that I'm coming back? well, see this gentleman right here?
Oh, boy.
Cleve Coates invited me back next year.
Oh, in that case.
Cleve, before we sign off, how'd the day go?
Excellent. A couple medicals that the fire department handled with precision. Chief Sensabaugh from the fire department has a great crew, and he took care of it. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, once again, a fantastic job by your team. Yeah. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next year, too.
Absolutely.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, of course, I'm just kidding. I love my brother Chuck, and he's so kind to volunteer. That's not an easy thing to do down on the street. Martha did it once or twice for us, and we had a lot of fun with her. But Chuck is he's very gracious to do it, and he's the perfect guy for it. He's got the perfect personality to go out there and do that. So
absolutely.
We thank him for that. I just want to, thank. This would be a time to thank the DPW, the Lexington Police, the Lexington Fire Department. So many people are involved. I mentioned the Town Celebrations Committee. They're the folks that are behind all of this. And then there are people, that like the Sarah Bothwell Allen. Mona Roy, others people who have been involved with VO250, encouraging the volunteerism. It makes Lexington a special place because so many people get involved and stay involved. And I'm so pleased to be a part of this. I can't even remember how long I've been doing this for now, but I'm so fortunate to be able to share this experience with the two of you. I do miss Martha this year, but we'll have her back. Maybe we can add one more seat to the table or something. Who knows?
We absolutely can.
And so, before we cut out, I just want to, again, thank the staff here at LexMedia. They're an extraordinary group of people. We're pleased to do this. We enjoy this so much. My experience at LexMedia has been nothing short of fantastic, and I love working with these people. They're just so talented. They've got great ideas, and so with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're going to actually, some of the video highlights that we wanted to share with you earlier in the parade, we're going to do that now. Some of the highlights from the awards ceremony, some events that took place today. Earlier, we had the reenactment of the Battle of Lexington, and of course, we had the reenactment at Tower Park. So these are extraordinary events. Our folks were on the ground to cover it, and we hope you enjoy it. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. It may have seemed disjointed at times, but there's a lot going on here. So we do our best, and we hope you enjoyed it. So with that, we want to thank you. I thank you very much, Justine, for for being a great partner again and a co-anchor.
It's my pleasure. I enjoy it, Jim. Thank you.
And Maya, thank you for being part of our group today.
Thanks for having me.
We know that you're going to continue with us. Anything you guys would like to say before we sign off?
Thank you so much, Jim, again, for being an incredible mentor and leader here. And thank you, everyone, for allowing us to broadcast to you. And I just really appreciate LexMedia so much.
Okay.
LexMedia, and appreciate you, Jim and Justine.
Oh, well, thank you. And so anyway, enjoy some of the highlights from last night and this morning. And we'll see you here, same time, same place, next year.
In Lexington, we are the beneficiaries of a great inheritance. But the life in a town is not sustained by inheritance alone. It depends in every generation upon people willing to give of themselves for the common good. And that is what we are celebrating here tonight. We honor the men and women whose service has strengthened the civic life of Lexington, and in doing so, strengthened Lexington itself. Their example reminds us that devotion to a town is not measured only in historic moments. More often, it is found in constancy, generosity, and care.
Each year, we proudly award a scholarship to a graduating senior from the Lexington High School, recognizing excellence in academics, community service, and commitment to the study of history. This year, we received several outstanding submissions, and after careful review, one essay really stood out. That essay focused on Prince Estabrook, an enslaved man who stood with Captain Parker's militia on April 19, 1775. On behalf of the Lexington Minutemen, it is my honor to present this year's scholarship to Kian Haidari.
This award holds a very special place in our community as it recognizes a young person whose dedication, leadership, and heart continue this incredible legacy of service. At this time, I'd like to ask Sarah Kochi to join me on stage as I read the official citation. The Select Board is proud to recognize Sarah Kochi with the 2026 Pat Flynn Outstanding Youth Award for her commitment to service, inclusive leadership, Lexington. Congratulations, Sarah, on this well-deserved recognition. Your service, leadership, and generosity have made a lasting impact on our community. And Sarah, on behalf of the town of Lexington and the Select Board, my colleagues, Chair Jill Hay, Joe Pato, Mark Zandine, Vanita Kumar, and myself, we're very incredibly proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Sarah. Thank you.
We, and I am speaking, as I said, for both the Select Board and the Kane Selection Committee, we are very excited to present the Minuteman Kane Award to Linda Dixon. Well, obviously, based on your enthusiastic response, you seem to agree that she richly deserves this award. It is in recognition of her tireless, skillful, and inspiring service to many facets of our town, and especially the veterans community.
Volunteering is a classic example of social interaction, because when we volunteer, we meet new people, we learn new tasks, and we challenge our brains. And so we're practically guaranteeing ourselves to live a long and happy life. So let's keep at it, and let's keep volunteering. So thank you so much. I am honored to accept this award. Thank you.
Well, the Lexington White Tricorn Hat and the Minuteman Kane Awards are always chosen separately with independent committees. But this year, like a movie sweeping the Oscars and the Golden Globes, both groups independently reached the same conclusion. So for the first time ever to our knowledge, one person is receiving both honors in the same year, so I don't have to stop looking around anymore. It's my honor to announce Linda Dixon as the 2026 White Tricorn Hat recipient.
When I look at the distinguished group of prior winners, I'm honored beyond words. And to have this incredible event happen, I'm honored to be part of it. What can I say? Thank you just so much.
What we're going to do is we're going to do a countdown to light up the final bulb. And I just want to take this opportunity also to thank the group who worked on this all year. Our
Please come here.
Sarah Bothwell Allen, Mona Roy, and Liz Kochi. I don't know what Liz is, but if it wasn't for Liz, we would be at this number here.
Over here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I can see myself, younger and heartier, galloping up the road with a message that would start a revolution.
Is there further intelligence, John? My instincts and misgivings inform me that our friend, General Gage, is up to something. Seizing arms in Concord, arresting us, or perhaps something more extreme.
Revere! My name is Revere, and I have urgent news for Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams. There's no time to lose. I must see them now.
Oh, Revere! I recognize you now, but you're making entirely too much noise.
Noise?
The family's to
noise?
bed.
You'll have noise enough before long. The regulars are out, hundreds of them, and fully equipped. I must awaken Mr. Adams and Mr. Hancock and warn them of the danger.
Do you bring us news from Dr. Warren?
Indeed I do. The regulars are out, hundreds of them, and fully equipped. They've been rowed across the river to Cambridge. We believe they're on their way to Concord and our powder stores. I left Charlestown shortly before 11 p.m. and have been riding hard ever since. I've already alerted the Sons of Liberty in both Medford and Menominee, and Dr. Warren has dispatched William Dawes through Roxbury and Cambridge. He should be here any time now.
What do you make of it, Samuel?
We must respond. The eyes of the people will be upon us. The liberties of our country are worth defending against all hazards, and it is our duty to defend them against all attacks. What a glorious morning this may prove to be.
Hancock, please. Your life is in danger, and so is our mutual happiness. I beg you, please, do not remain here, but hasten away while you are still able. I shall go to my father's house in Boston as soon as possible.
Madam, it is inconceivable. I shall not allow it. You will not return to Boston as long as there is a redcoat bayonet left there. I have the utmost confidence that this noble struggle for liberty will conclude gloriously for America.
To the right, face. To the front, march.
Thank you. Thank you. Huzzah for Lexington! Huzzah!
Hey, Sadie with LexMedia here at the annual Patriots Day 5-mile road race put on by the Lexington Lions Club. In front of me, there's hundreds of racers getting ready to take their marks, so let's see how they do. Hey, Sadie with LexMedia here, and who am I here with?
Colin from Portland.
And what is going through your head right now? Major congratulations on the win.
I'm feeling a rush of patriotic joy and self-fulfillment. I'm seeing a lot of people in red coat uniforms, just giving me, a lot of anger towards the British Empire, but overall feeling great Patriots Day energy here in Lexington. Yeah.
Very patriotic day indeed. This is Sadie with LexMedia, and who are we here with?
Remy.
And what is the inspiration behind this outfit? It is amazing.
All right, so this was actually my first race, and I'm doing this with a few friends, and they all told me that everybody dresses up, and I think I was lied to. So I had this costume from Halloween. I was like, oh, okay, I'll wear it, it'll be fun. But I'm looking around and nobody else is dressed up as Paul Revere.
Did they run this race as well?
They did, but with normal clothes. Yes.
What was your reaction to that?
I was a little bit nervous. I felt a little out of place, but ultimately I'm glad that I did it because I think it made it a lot more exciting, especially with the 250th anniversary of 1776. So.
Hey, this is Sadie with LexMedia, and we're here at St. Nicholas Church at the Greek Pastry Bake Sale. Who are we here with?
My name is Robert DeVasto, and I've been a parishioner here for 40 years. And we appreciate all that the town does, and we love being part of the community.
And can you tell us a little bit about what's going on here today?
Sure. Well, at the church, we're doing a pastry sale. So most of the women at the church got together and they've baked, and they're also making what's called lukumadas, which is sort of I'd call it a donut with honey in it. Okay. And so that's what we're doing, and just trying to be part of the community.
For sure.
We are gathered here today to honor men and women who served on the famous warships named Lexington, and all who have defended the United States in past and present conflicts around the world. It is our hope that you will take a few moments before you leave today to reflect and remember the brave service of our fellow citizens.
Back in 1775, when our Minuteman stood up to the regulars on our green, our townspeople were already practiced in the art of self-governance. Town meeting had already been going on for hundreds of years, even before the town was incorporated in 1713. And we were used to solving difficult problems together. That is ultimately why our new nation was successful in winning the war for our independence. Every man and woman in the new colony was willing to work together in a coordinated effort to defeat the British. They were willing to set aside their individual wants for the betterment of the common good. Lexington has embodied this spirit since its colonial days. We have extraordinary high rates of volunteerism, and we attract civic-minded, community-oriented residents. Last night, we celebrated our volunteers, people and organizations doing things together, extraordinary things. It's my hope as we look forward towards the next 50 years that we continue to nurture and cultivate that awesome spirit of collaboration, which puts town and country ahead of one's personal pursuits.